education.
And these voices that you're talking about, those are evident in these collections of poems that are part of the Poet and the Professor series. So talk a little bit about how using authentic children's voices in poetry can make an impact in the classroom.
First of all, let me talk about the Poet and the Professor series, because I'm really, really excited about it. My whole life, this is not really important, but it's my life, okay? My whole life, all of my work has been moving toward perfecting this notion of writing in voice. And in this series, I got to actually create in each book a dramatic context in which a character in the story, who's not Brad Bagert the poet, is the poet writing the poems. And I did, in each book, each of the 3 books that comprise the series, I got to do it in a different way. So it's this, in essence, represents the culmination of 40 years of writing toward this. So I'm really, really excited about it. All right, so let's first focus on the simple idea of oral recitation. I believe this is the underemphasized thing in education. How do you learn to write with voice? You recite with voice. How do you learn to use correct language? How do you learn correct grammar? You recite and you hear correct grammar. How are you motivated to learn? You become the voice of something that you're learning, and you learn it. So I believe oral recitation is absolutely the foundation, or can be the foundation, of a successful curriculum. And because teachers are, of necessity, because of the structure of our educational system, placed in the very best of circumstances with a ratio of 24, 25 students to 1 teacher, it's very difficult for teachers to have the opportunity to introduce orality as much as they might. Well, reciting poetry becomes the opportunity for doing that. The idea of giving children poems in their voice about their feelings that comprise the actions and objects and experiences of their lives gives them a chance to stand up and be themselves as they recite in front of an audience, and be themselves reciting in a dramatic context where they can successfully capture the interest of the audience. So all of these things happen. First of all, when you become the text and the page, a new relationship between the child and the text is established, because suddenly they have become the text. They're not reading the text is not outside of them. They have become the text. So suddenly they have a new relationship with books, and that transfers not only to this poem, but to all the other books in the library. And their relationship with reading and knowledge alters. In addition to that, they get up and they successfully perform to an audience, and the audience responds. You know, the audience responds. And when the audience responds, I mean, the message to the child deep down inside of them is, I have value. I can open myself up and take a risk and give what's inside of me to the world around me, and the world around me responds to me. I have value. I have worth. I can try things, you know. And of course, all of that depends on the fundamental, simple notion of giving them something that with which they can succeed. Everybody cheered, and the cheers were all for me. And that's how I became a star. A poem set me free.
Well, Brad, thank you so much. This was really great today. I know I feel certainly really energized to go back to the classroom and share poetry with my students. I hope you feel the same.
For more information about Shell Education or Shell Education resources, please visit www.shelleducation.com.